Alright, so I should be... Yeah, I should be good. Okay, so I just got 5 battles. You'd be... Alright, so I was just going to do another quick, PvP video. And by another, I mean I haven't done one in a long time, so this is less like an another and more like a, about time. I've been doing a lot of things around the house, so... Uh, no, I know my webcam's running. So, I honestly haven't done too much this season. Because honestly, I mean, what's changed? I mean, this season is literally like more of the same. Now, I just wanted to discuss a few things that are less of more of the same, and I sure do hope I'm not muted. Yeah, I'm not muted. Yeah, you can tell I'm like totally unprepared and all that stuff, but that's fine. Y'all don't care. Y'all watch anyways, right? You're already here. It's too late. So, this season, being that I guess they just didn't notice the trend, Amazing Spider-Woman is everywhere. I mean, you know, if you looked at my tier list, you're not surprised. You know, I had her at number 2 for a reason. Caruth is still in a lot of places. That didn't change. Emma Frost is now getting the recognition she should have been getting. And keep in mind, I've had her high in my tier list for a long time. But now with that covert EISO, she's actually managed to hold a spot in a lot of people's defensive teams. So, you know, in a sense, I kind of called that. I knew she was good the entire time. They just wanted her to be, in a sense, good-er, you know what I mean? They wanted to be better. And that's pretty much what happened. She just became better. Black Knight was kind of a surprise. But he's only gotten strong because of a... What I'm convinced is like some sort of bug. I don't think he's actually supposed to be like that. And if anyone's fought any Black Knights, I'm sure you've noticed that, you know, when you attack him with anything in the game, I mean like absolutely anything, he can dodge and absorb and then counterattack you for it. Like anything. Now, I haven't updated my tier list this season, but like I would have definitely moved him up to like A, I guess, because it's annoying, but I don't think it's annoying enough for him to like dominate the tier list, like just over one thing. It sucks and it's stupid, but it's not the end of the world that he's like absorbing and dodging all those things. Now, I imagine on offense, it's probably, you know, most things you can try are better on offense. Well, everything, because you can think and reevaluate the situation, things like that. Your AI really isn't evaluating the situation. They're just kind of going through the motions of whatever they're supposed to do. So I would definitely move Black Knight up in the ranks. I've even seen a lot more Colossus, which I had moved him up a little bit. Because I mean, if you just want a tank, and you don't want anything else out of the character, then there you go. You want Colossus. But if you want something more than just a tank, then you don't want Colossus. Because that's all he's ever going to do. He's a tank with some heals on the side. The stamina changes have made quite a difference. You know, Signpost is once again more worthwhile, since that's a stamina drain and a stamina gain. That rhymes. Clever. Anything that affects stamina is just better now. And you see that with a lot of people's EISO choices and things like that. They're more willing to put stamina gain somewhere in their builds. But, I mean, that's still stupid. I mean, that just doesn't make any sense. What else? Oh, yeah, those characters that have been added. Let me go through those. Okay, so we've had quite a few since my last video. I mean, good God. We've had Spitfire, who I've been afraid to try because I think she's just going to be a victim of the meta. There's too many. The Bruiser Elite ISO is just going to eat her up. Everything she does is melee. Sure, she's stealthy and she can hit around you, but like, you know, fighting a lot of bruisers isn't an uncommon phenomenon. Like, that's a rather likely scenario. So that would just kind of give her a hard time. And, so Baron Mordo also came out. And I feel like he's pretty interesting. Like, his damage is pretty good. He can take a lot of turns, phase to protect himself, as long as you don't have magic warding, because his version of phased, for some reason, can be resisted by magic warding. Which I know is a oversight. Like, they overlooked, you know, the modifier on it or something like that. Because it shouldn't do that. I mean, that's just kind of obvious. Like, why would you want to resist buffs? You only want to resist debuffs intentionally. So, just the fact that you can't run him with magic warding already just hurts you. Because one of his skills is only accessible when you have, you know, phase on. Astral phase, I think, is his. So, because of that, that kind of knocks him down in the consideration right there. Because he seemed so promising, but he does have a despair, things like that. You know, he does do more damage if you hurt him. He shields, you know, randomly. He's got some good stuff. I mean, I kind of like him, but if they fix that bug, he'll be okay. He still has to deal with magic warding pretty much shutting him down. I mean, that's just a double-edged sword of being magic. I can kind of understand. Like, I made the thing in the last video. I complained that magic warding was just stupid. No, it wasn't a video. It was a post. I was just talking about how magic warding was just stupid. For the most part. Like, it's stupid, but, like, I don't know. I think it just needs to be adjusted to where it's useful against magic, but without shutting it down completely. Like, it needs to be in some sort of middle ground. Like, where it is now is too strong. But, like, it's like, it was more like a reactionary thing to Null just blowing people up in Enchantress. So I understand. So you can now back it up a bit, balance it back out, and then make it something that's, you know, just not toxic to the rest of the characters in the game because a handful of people went out of control. I mean, that's just silly. Other than Baron Mordo, Elsa Bloodstone came out. I don't have her, so can't say anything. Her skill set looks good, but she's all magic as well, so once again, magic warding shuts you down, blah, blah, blah. That's, once again, the unfortunate reality of the situation. A-Bomb is somebody I've never played as yet. Like, I've played as him a little bit in PvE. And that's about it. I mean, I really should have messed with him. But I didn't. He's like 14 now. He's been leveling. But I just haven't messed with anybody really in PvP. Luckily, I have the ability to mute my mic. A lot of the same gear is good. I see Lunacy a little bit. It's annoying. That's about all I can really say for it. It's annoying. I mean, it's not something that, like, ruins your whole day if somebody, like, uses it on you a handful of times. I mean, it's just annoying. Although, I guess it kind of is annoying for people who use Rudimoroth because it does kind of prevent you from using it to its full effectiveness. That's kind of lame. But, I mean, even that you can kind of just deal with and work around. It's not the end of the game. It's pretty much what I'm saying. But yeah, I really want to mess with A-Bomb. I want to mess with Gambit. And then, oh yeah, so there were E-ISOs added and A-ISOs. So I'm going to go over the A-ISOs really quick that I thought were great. Which was only like a handful of them. And they're both for Magic, so... I didn't manage to get either one of them, which sucks. I hope they'll go on sale soon. They probably will, because they did that last time. But, one of them puts Hexed on magic attacks. You gotta admit, that's amazing. Who doesn't want Hexed? It's honestly one of the better debuffs you could even put on somebody. And you can put it on somebody like Doctor Strange, right? And now Doctor Strange, his vapors, now are catastrophic hexed. That's a huge improvement over just Dark Void. You know, one of the other ones, like your elemental attacks could apply Dark Void or something, and the chances were low on AoEs. I don't know about for single target, but on AoE I remember it was like 20%. That's not useful. That's not useful at all. Speaking of not useful, that's ridiculous. The other one was blessed on, you know, on heals. And that's clearly extremely useful. I mean, who really wouldn't want that? Seriously. Like, having blessed on heals is like one of the best things you could ever ask for, because it's just more healing. Like, rising up isn't that great of an option. You know, it's kind of got that little bit of that random factor to it. So, you know, it's okay, but it's not really something that, like, it's really gonna make you want it. You know what I mean? I'm probably gonna lose this fight. Yeah, Rune Blow. That's fine. Win some, you lose some. It's really not that big of a deal. I don't care. I don't think I'm not gonna get Adamantium. Even though this is like the lowest I've been in like probably like the entire year. Not even gonna lie. Like, for me to be not in the 2000s is just kind of my laziness. It's my fault. But, I mean, I got 6 hours. I'm 300 points. I mean, once I get to 2,000, I'm probably just going to go to bed. Because I don't imagine someone's going to knock me down 450. In like a handful of hours. Like, this is not going to happen. Speaking of Colossus, there he is. I still say he doesn't even have the AISO on Colossus. That's like so good. I wouldn't even run him if I didn't have it, because applying cover to your entire team is amazing. That's a strong buff. Like half like direct damage. Like, yes please. I mean, like, who doesn't want that? It's like, it's one of those AISOs that most people probably don't even know about, because no one's running Colossus. I mean, let's be real. Like, well, they are now, but nobody was running Colossus for a long time, and just because I guess the meta shifted a certain way here and there, and it just bought out tanks. You know, that helped them out. But what they need to do, like what they really need to do, is just redo Colossus. Like redo a lot of people. They need reworks. I mean, there's just no getting around it. These people have outdated skill sets. And, you know, they're releasing quite a few characters back to back. But it's like, you know, why do you keep releasing people when you look back and it's like there's so many who are just sitting there just like, we don't have like the basic tools to compete. Well, if you don't have that, kinda in trouble. I mean, that's kinda how the game works. You need the basic tools. Like Colossus, other than his Protect, doesn't offer you anything but some heals, sometimes. Some heals and some stamina. Sometimes. I mean, is sometimes viable? I mean, do they think it's viable? I don't personally think that's terribly great. But I mean, it could be worse. Let's see, look, he healed. That's nice. This is one of the few times I've actually killed Beast first. So what else? There really hasn't been that much that's happened. Oh, well, you can make everyone magic. Oh, I'm manipulated. I'm stupid. I didn't realize that. But you can make everyone magic with an E-ISO now. It's neat, I guess. It would have been better during the days where Null was just kind of stomping everybody. But now that those days are kind of done, you know, it's just kind of a little too late. You know what I mean? Like, that would have been great to, like, you know, you could literally run anybody with Null who just took a lot of turns. Like, you could be like Quicksilver Null and just, like, spam tag team and stack meteors or something like that. It'd be really silly. You know, you could tag team, maybe apply some bleeds on it too. Just be corny with it. Like, be creative and stupid. You'd be able to have like a stealthy meteor stacker, and being that he'd be magic, then you wouldn't have to worry about people dodging you, because you can't dodge. I think if you have a magic attack, they ignore avoidance effects now, so you should be able to. I know it hits phased. I'm not sure if it was all avoidance effects or if it's phased. But either way, you'll have the ability to hit more types of people. That's always good. The new set is all magic. I tried running it. There's not a single piece that I feel is really great. And that's kind of upsetting. They were on a roll with sets, honestly. Well, when I mean, say on a roll, I mean they went overboard. I mean, there was no set that they released that was like reasonably balanced. It was all like, this one's really silly, this one's really silly, this one's really silly. So, you go from like Mandible to Grace Note, Relentless Rapier, and stuff like that, and it's just like, what are y'all smoking when y'all release these items? And these things are like clearly insane. A lot of them like fed into Quicksilver. A lot of them counterattack too hard or something. I mean, there's just a lot of just silliness. There's things where they should just generally know better at this point. And then they release this set, and I just feel like it's so underwhelming. And it's like, okay, well now you kind of, you backed up. And I guess I can kind of understand. I mean, they might have learned, okay, well, these certain things will drive them overboard, so we can't do those. And then they tried all the other things that it wasn't, and then it failed. I mean, like, that's probably what happened. And if that's the case, then I can't really blame them. You know, they tried, didn't work. Let's try again later. I mean, there'll be another set. I mean, Jessica Jones is the next set. Maybe her set will be great. Speaking of, you know, adding more characters to the game, you know. Yeah, hopefully she'll be interesting. Oh, I'm sorry, Kamala Khan. Bad. So moving on from that. No. I mean, yeah, she's bad. She's a scrapper that's not stealthy in any way, shape, or form. In a bruiser meta, she's all melee, unarmed. In a bruiser meta where they can dodge unarmed and absorb melee. I mean, there's like... she's just so unfortunate. And the only thing that she's got going for her is... Okay, well, she self-heals. That's nice. She takes less damage from non-energy. That's nice. And... she can pick different avoidance effects for herself or her teammates. Other than that, you're hoping the finest hour from getting avoidance, procs, things like that. I mean, it's not like the most reliable thing on the planet. And sure, maybe we're not asking for the most reliable, but it's just not special. I couldn't even get excited for her. I feel like that was kind of a waste of time. Might as well run Black Cat. I mean, they could have gave Black Cat a rework if that were the case, you know what I mean? Speaking of characters who need reworks, Black Cat. But I'm going to go ahead and end here because I've been going for about 20 minutes. That's about normal. I've done a little bit more matches because I lost one. But just mainly, nothing's really changed. That's big. I look really dark in the picture. So just excuse that. I'm in a different room. I don't know if you've noticed. There's another computer behind me, which is probably why it's dark. And the light, you know, showing up from the back is darkening everything in the front. But yeah, that's this season. More the same of last season, with some extra magic stuff thrown in that you can't use. Well.